The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may or will be used against you. Thank you. Home security!
Ryan in Chicago. You're on Rover's Morning Glory. Good morning, Ryan. I like this guy already. I like this guy. Wow. All right. Now, do people tell you that you are a goofball or a...
That young Ryan Hoppe or Hoppe. Ryan.
Okay, and your name?
Ryan Hoppe.
Okay, Ryan Hoppe. Where do you live?
Arlington Heights.
Ah, so you're from the rich north suburbs.
What's going on, Ryan Hoppe? This is Tony Romo.
You're funny, Ryan Hoppe.
No one knows who Ryan Hoppe is.
You never have to worry about offending Ryan Hoppe.
Isn't he like 7 foot tall?
He's 7 foot tall. He's
a kid.
Right. He's been trying to find his place in radio.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He's just, I don't know. He spread himself pretty thin.
He's
got good mentors.
And he's motivated.
Hoppe Hour is on now. Hoppe Hour is on now.
Yo, what's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. For the next hour, my goal in life is to change the way you think about things. For the next hour, I want my rants and my opinions to broaden your horizon. And hopefully the sound is good. So last time I did a podcast here at my apartment, and I had Balls sit in, and I had Kevin, one of my friends and listeners of the Hoppe Tour. They sat in. For some reason, the board always works when I'm not doing a show live. But the day that I had the big premiere that got mentioned on the radio, the day I actually had a premiere, the board sounded kind of bad. It sounded like you're listening to some grainy AM radio show. So hopefully the sound is improved today. But anyway, tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Leave me a voicemail. I can't take calls yet. It's 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-49-HOPPE. And leave me a voicemail. And get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. There you can chat me live and you can talk to me anywhere in the world. All right. We have so much to get into. But yeah, I just want to address, the production may not be great right now, but I'm building it as you go. To go from a professional setup to then having to try and figure it out in the weird part of St. Pete where you live, it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built overnight, but I will promise you, each and every time I do this show, my goal is to entertain you, to broaden your horizon, and to have the sound be better than ever. So there you go. I'll address that. All right, I also want to address this too. It's pretty funny. I got this message from one of my mom's friends, and it's not even that I'm like trying to put her on blast, because I'm not. This just goes with anybody that doesn't get talk radio. She messaged me and said, you should check out this show on NPR. And she gave me the link to the podcast. And I'm like, yes, I'll check it out. And then I said, when I have free time, I like to listen to Howard. And then I said, 102.5 The Bone, where I work. And she had the audacity to call me like a pig, where I don't have respect for women. And she thinks that that type of like edgy talk radio is just demeaning and awful. And it's like, I hope people know that radio is a form of entertainment. Radio is a form of theater. We're acting in a way. We're not going up to people at, let's say, Winn-Dixie when we're in line trying to get our food checked out and we're ranting at them. We don't go up to women at, let's say, nudie bars and just demean them. I don't demean women. I'm just saying we don't go up to people and say the things we say behind the microphone, because this is entertainment at the end of the day. So I don't get these people that get so uptight and so angry over words on social media or over words on podcasts or radio shows. If you don't want to hear it, don't listen, and don't critique the people that like to listen to it, trying to put them into some character. Just because you find Howard entertaining or that type of radio doesn't make you a bad person. I've just had a lot of people go, ugh, say you're a shock jock. I'm like, no, it's not even a real word. It's a word the media came up with. It's just something that's been on my mind. But there you go. Also on the news, I see this from Bro Bible. It says here, Kaepernick announced that he will be on his feet for the national anthem next year. And Twitter had some hot takes. And I'm not surprised that Kaepernick's going back on his feet during the national anthem. Because the guy knew what he was doing. He knew why he was kneeling during it. But whenever he would explain it after each game, it kind of changed a little bit. I don't even think Kaepernick thought it out. I think he thought people would think he was cool and was a rebel. And I feel like he just got caught in this little maze where he didn't even know what he was saying anymore. It was the same overall theme, but I feel like each time he changed the answer of why he was kneeling. And the fact that he's not signed to a team right now, and that pissed off pretty much any NFL fan. What a coincidence that a guy who's unemployed, that's not on a team right now, would also maybe quit doing something that caused him controversy. Maybe if he was under a 5-year deal with the 49ers and was doing good and wasn't benched, then maybe he would keep kneeling, because I think that's what he actually believes. But shame on him for putting so much emphasis and so much power onto it and just making it all about you. But then when you realize that you can't be doing it anymore if you want to join a team, then you kind of squander the chance to at least preach something like a pussy. It's like, if you believe in something, go with it. Just saying. Because if you're that talented, it doesn't matter if you're kneeling or not. But this just shows that he's self-conscious or not doing. And what I hate too is when I'm doing Hoppe TV, a lot of times I will get a call. So if you just saw a 3-second delay, it's because of that. All right, it says here, he did not shy from shaking things up this year. He has hired new agents who began saying that he will opt out of the San Francisco 49ers contract to become a free agent. Teams are going to shy away from him. But it says that the Cleveland Browns have shown interest, which I'm not surprised about whatsoever. Because the Cleveland Browns go through quarterbacks each and every year. I mean, for some reason, the Cleveland fans thought that RG3 was going to do something this year, and he didn't. So, to me, Cleveland would be the perfect place for Kaepernick to kind of try and get his whole NFL career back on track, because he wasn't doing well in San Francisco before even the whole protest thing, and then that didn't help out at all, and the team was bad this year. He needs to go to an awful franchise like Cleveland, where they have nothing to lose. I lived in Cleveland for 4 months. It's not the happiest place. So you have nothing to lose when you bring him over there. All right, tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio and get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio. Vape and Chill. Chris Glick, one of the listeners of Hoppe Hour, I think he's out of South Carolina, I believe. He messaged me on the app and said, Kaepernick is about half dumb and he is a huge waste of talent. Yes, exactly. That's what I find so unlikable about guys like Kaepernick. And what I find so unlikable about these guys that are famous athletes or famous singers, like Chris Brown, any of these guys that have controversy that can't keep out of the limelight. When you're rich and famous and you have talent, behave. You have everything going for you in life that anybody would ever want. You have everything anybody aspires to be. Say what you want about Kaepernick being an accurate quarterback, but he can throw a damn good ball. And he runs fast. He took the team to the Super Bowl and they almost beat the Ravens like 5 years ago. So what I'm saying is the talent is there. I just think his ego got too big and he wasn't able to expand his talent. And the thing, too, is nobody would have talked about Kaepernick this year if it wasn't for the pledge, because he was on the bench half the year. So to me, I think he was trying to be cool and trying to fit in, and it just did not work out for him overall. That's just my take. I also see this here in the news from TMZ. And when you read headlines like this, I just nod my head in a very negative way because I can't believe it's actually real. Like, you would hope, despite who we have as our president, doesn't matter, take any of that aside, because I had somebody on Twitter say I'm becoming very political, which I'm not. But take anything aside, the fact that there is a movie theater in Bama that won't show Beauty of the Beast due to a gay character, to me, it's very unsettling. If this was 2004, then maybe I would get the outrage. I would get that people are bigots and gay marriage wasn't passed yet, I get when people were outraged 10 years ago over it. Because each and every year, gay rights are more and more prominent, which is great. And each and every year, we're seeing more gay characters in TV shows. Like, to me, Modern Family changed the game by having Cam and Mitchell. To me, that was kind of when the show broadened. And that's when gay characters began to come on TV shows and movies, which is great. I don't care what you do. I don't get this whole thing where everybody's upset over gay rights and gay people having sex with each other. To me, if you're that against a movie theater showing Beauty and the Beast, or you're that against people being together that are gay, or you're that against transgendered rights, you're either jealous of the fact that they live a happier life and they fit in their own persona better than you do, or B, you're jealous that there's two men or two women that love each other very dearly and you don't have anybody to go home to. Because there's no reason in this lifetime we have, this short lifetime, that we should be spending it figuring out, should we have gay rights, should we not? Yes, of course we should have gay rights. Just because they want to have sex with the same gender doesn't mean they're not human. It's just enough already. God damn it. And I agree. My guy Nick, who I used to be in Boy Scouts with, or something like that, he chimed in. The first 5 seasons of Modern Family are awesome. I agree. Later on, it got too politically correct, and the kids weren't as funny. Once the kids' voices went into puberty, it kind of lost, to me, what made it likable. I liked Mandy when he was younger. God, did that sound creepy. You know what I mean. He was funnier. Anyway, it says here, a Bama movie theater owner is banning Beauty and the Beast because he doesn't want to expose them to the new gay character in the film. Heaven forbid you expose people to what's happening in 2017. What's going to happen if they see a gay character on the screen? Are they going to suddenly turn gay? Are they going to suddenly just be anti-human and awful? What's the worst that's going to happen when people that are paying at your movie theater to make you money are seeing a gay character on the screen? Are they going to go on a murder spree? Nothing's going to happen. This movie theater owner is just mad that he lives in Bama and that he has these lame, out-of-touch religious rights and that he's not with the times. It's like, just get over yourself. God damn it. Here's what he said. He refuses to show it. And he says it's because it compromises on what the Bible teaches. And I love when they read the different scriptures and that, and they take what the little scripture says and they just expand it and overthink what it means. Like, I don't care what the Bible says. To me, if you're that gung-ho on being against gay rights because of a book and because of this thing called God, which you think is real, and you're not having your own original opinion and it's coming from religion where you were born to believe it, then you're not an original person and you're not someone I would want to hang out with. Because I like to hang out with people that are open-minded and actually have an original thought. It's just something I've been thinking about recently. You go to church and you let these priests and these figures tell you what to believe. Why not have your own mindset? Here's what he went on to say. If we cannot take our 11-year-old granddaughter and 8-year-old grandson to see a movie, we have no business watching it. If I can't sit through a movie with God or Jesus, sitting by me, then they have no business showing it. Well, I'm sorry that not every movie is religious and has morals and rights, you dirtbag. He says he just wants to show wholesome movies without sex, nudity, gay rights, or foul language. Well, good luck with that. When you own a movie theater, and most movies have swears, they have gay characters, they have sex scenes, and they have violence. Good luck, Hennigar Drive-In Theater in Bama. Have fun trying to figure out what movies to show, because every movie out there has smut. Welcome to 2017. Either get with the times or get out.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe from the award-winning Hoppe Hour podcast and winner of the fight against Jake Herron of the Crowded Table in the Mike Calta Punch-Out. And the main reason that I won that fight was because of the training that I got from Main Event Boxing in St. Petersburg. And now maybe you're not even going into a boxing match, but you want to get into shape, and you're sick and tired of looking at your gut, and you're sick and tired of going to the gym and getting average results. And you're saying to yourself, man, how can I get into the best shape of my life, especially here in Tampa Bay, where you should have a summer body all the time? Trust me, I'm a man of my words when you need to go to Main Event Boxing in St. Pete. There are so much good things about them, including the fact that they have a high-intensity 30-minute body workout.
We'll be back in about a minute.
Focuses on every part of your body and conditioning.
God damn, I'm
They
sweating.
will make sure
Jesus.
they will not wear you out, and each day is a different workout, and they really do care about seeing the progress you have as a person and with the muscles you will gain after coming to Main Event Boxing. To get into contact with them, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. All you got to do is call Josh, the owner and trainer, at 727-564-3948. That's 727-564-3948. And you can visit them in person at 2575 28th Avenue North, and that's in St. Petersburg. Trust me when I say Main Event Boxing is the best in the Bay.
Syndicated on IRN and heard around the world on the Hoppe Radio app. You are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Call the show, 856-49-HOPPE. Even though we can't take calls, I will be sure to play your voicemail during the next show. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio and get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. There you can chat me live and you can talk to me anywhere in the world. This segment is being brought to you by my guy, Nicholas Seymour out of Duluth, Minnesota. He made me the decals. You can get at tinyurl.com/Hoppe Hour decal and the little banner that says Hoppe Hour right behind me and the on the air sign. That's my guy, Nicholas Seymour. So go to tinyurl.com/Hoppe Hour decal. That's just for $2 and support local business here in America. All right. See this headline here. Once again, it's people, you have talent. You have everything going for you. You're going to be making money because you're going to be a top 10 NFL pick as a linebacker. And what are you doing here? Here's the quote. And it's the one that every person that's not that famous has to say whenever they're in trouble because they want to remind you that they're kind of famous. It says here, do you know who I am? Potential top 10 NFL pick is sent home from the combine after having a heated argument about waiting in line for a medical exam. So this is the guy, he's going to be making money in life. He has a chance to be great in the NFL. Every player that goes into professional sports has the chance to make an impact. And he's the guy where he's not even drafted yet, and he's already showing character issues by being at a hospital, name-dropping, do you know who I am, because he had to wait in line for a medical exam. Hey, buddy boy, you should be happy that A, you have talent, and B, you're going to be making money, and that you're not going to have to wait in many lines in your life. So shut up. Reuben Foster allegedly said to the hospital worker, do you know who I am, when he was in line? And once again, here's what I want to know about these athletes, especially when you're not drafted yet. You're not even drafted right now. Like, let's say this was after the draft and you're already signed to the team and you have a contract. Then it makes sense. It makes sense that you're a little bit... Even with Kaepernick kneeling. You go, he's an idiot. He's going to be a free agent the year he did it. But he had the balls to do it because he has the money to back it up. When you're Reuben Foster and you're not even drafted yet and you're already showing these character issues that would be seen on a character on the show on HBO with The Rock, Ballers, when you're acting like the characters on there by saying in the line, do you know who I am at the hospital, you're hurting your chances of being drafted high. And the lower mass jocks who just do not think, it's like appreciate what you have. My guy Chris Glick, who is a listener of Hoppe Hour, chimed in again. His show is called Vape and Chill. He goes, well, that guy should have a nice long NFL incident-free career. Well done, Glick. Chris, I like that. It says here, he got sent home from the combine. It's one thing if you make a bit of an incident over it, you know, because things happen. It's one thing if you kind of have controversy, but when you get sent home from the combine, you really are being a douchebag, Reuben Foster. When they actually say to you, we don't want to have you here. And that whole camp is full of alpha males and douchebags and egomaniacs. And when you can't make it work at an NFL combine where they try to give you the benefit of the doubt, that's when you know you're being a tool. One spokesperson said that he left for personal reasons. But he said in his Instagram video, nothing happened. Oh, yeah. Nothing happened, Reuben Foster, even though countless news articles and sports TV networks are picking up the plot line. But no. Nothing happened because you're a narcissist, Reuben Foster, because every athlete is, pretty much. You know, and it's everybody else's fault. They don't get you, man. What a moron. I just love the famous people that aren't that famous that have to say, do you know who I am? Like, and I hate even thinking about bringing myself into this equation. I hate even comparing the Z-list podcast, and I don't even like the word fame, being known in radio, kind of, in the podcast world, kind of. I'm Z-list. I'm Z-minus. I'm known. I'm a blip on the radar. But if I get recognized in public, I'll talk to the person for as long as they want to because I'm flattered that they're saying hi to me. But I've never, ever gone up to a bar and been like, do you know who I am? I work at the Bone. Or when I worked on Rover's Morning Glory, I never was like, I'm on the top show in Cleveland, bitch. No. That's not my scene. And I hate whenever I'm out with friends. I have this one friend named Alex, a good friend of mine. He might be watching, but every time we go out to drink in Gulfport, he goes, you know my friend Ryan? Yeah, he works at the Bone. And then they'll be like, oh, 102.5 The Bone? Or they say, what's that? And you have to say, okay, it's talk radio, I work in promotions. And then you feel like you're bragging about yourself at the bar. Believe it or not, maybe you will, maybe you won't. With the amount of promoting I do of myself on social media and on the show, you would think I'm a cocky guy that likes to talk about himself. And I am on the show. But off air, I'm actually kind of awkward, and I like keeping it low-key because I don't want to be recognized. But it's hard when you're 6'9". I'm getting recognized more often just for being tall. It's so infuriating. Especially now that I have a girlfriend that's 6'2", Mel. Wherever we go out to eat, wherever we go, if it's Winn-Dixie or if it's Speedway to get gas, it doesn't matter where me and her go. They think we're A, siblings, or they ask us how old we are and how tall we are. It's so annoying. But whenever I get the sibling thing with my girlfriend, it's a little bit odd. But when she's 6'2", and I'm around 6'9", I guess you're going to get it. Because it's weird being tall, because nothing seems big to you because you're so big. Like, to an average guy, a girl that's 6'2", and when she wears heels, she's 6'3", is very tall. But to me, because I'm like 6-7 inches taller than her, I look down on her, so it just seems like I'm with another short person. So it's really weird how we are like towers. It's just something I've been getting a lot in public. But anyway, if you're Reuben Foster, you need to be very, very concerned that your draft prospects may have gone down because they're not going to want to have character issues. You're not even on a team yet. Anyway, all right, tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio and get the Hoppe Radio app on the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. Andrew chimed in. He's from Seattle and he moved here and he gets good radio. He said, quit bragging about how tall you are, how you go out to eat at Winn-Dixie. Yeah, I'm a very classy gentleman, getting the 12-pack of chicken wings at Winn-Dixie and getting Tyson's chicken in a bag from Winn-Dixie. I'm a classy gentleman. I'm a baller, as they say. I could not have said that more Caucasian. Leroy Jenkins chimed in. He said, quit picking your nose. I didn't pick my nose. He also said, why are you ignoring me? Okay, there you go. I gave you the time of day. Anyway, here's the deal. We're going to come back, and we are going to wrap everything up after this. I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a happy hour to expand your horizon, and because I was bored out of Saturday, and I had nothing to do. And what else could I do in my place? Pet my cat or watch porn.
Happy Hour.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe from the award.
I'm sweating. It's disgusting.
Here in Tampa Bay, and I'm here today to talk about my guy Joe Sale of the Tampa Image Factory. About 4 months ago, I needed somebody to take press shots for me for my podcast, and it was hard to find people because it seems like in this day and age, everybody is a photographer. But the thing that I immediately liked about Joe Sale was that he was a laid-back guy who was willing to work with my schedule, and I immediately dug the vibe of his office. The things they have there include family portraits, commercial work for your company. They can make images for your events, your big day when you're going to get married at your wedding, and they even make photography for products and anything you need for the home or office. And if you're sitting here and you're going, man, this sounds like quite the deal. Man, how can I get into contact with such a trustworthy and hardworking photographer like Joe Sale? Trust me, it's not rocket science. All you got to do is call him at 813-417-2626. It's 813-417-2626. Or you can check him out online at TampaImageFactory.com. That is TampaImageFactory.com. And if you go there and tell them that I sent you, he will hook you up with a top-notch deal. Trust me when I say Joe Sale of the Tampa Bay Image Factory is the best in the Bay.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe from the award-winning Hoppe Hour podcast here in Tampa Bay, and I'm here today to talk about my new friend.
I'm sweating. It's very unflattering. It's why I could never do TV. That and because I'm awkward.
T-shirts possible. And here's why you should check them out, because I'm a man of my words.
I got my cat here too. She's hanging out down here. All right, to pet the pussy. What an original joke.
Direct garment, screen painting, and embroidery. They are very exceptional, and they produce each order on an individual basis, so they care about making sure it comes to you as soon as possible. They operate at their own art setup and embroidery factory here in Tampa Bay, and they provide the highest quality screen printing in all of Florida. And guess what? They use the top-notch equipment and top-grade ink.
Andrew,
that they're direct to
sarcasm over here. I like what you did. That gets you an air horn.
And maybe you're going, oh man, how can I get into contact with such a great company?
Get you 5 air horns for your great sarcasm.
All you have to do is give them a call right now at 813-374-9544. That's
It's not like I'm wearing a sweater to look good on Hoppe TV and I'm sweating balls over here. Jesus Christ.
Boulevard in Tampa Bay. That's at 4817 South West Shore Boulevard. And go to their website, TampaBayBands.com. Trust me when I say that they are
The best in the Bay.
From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
Welcome back to Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Call the show and leave me a voicemail, and I'll play it afterwards. I'm so used to saying that because we don't have the phones right now. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-49-HOPPE. And if you're watching live on Hoppe TV, you see that I just showed my vagina because I'm drinking a Red's Apple Ale. Make fun of me all you want. I like when drinks are sweet, you know. Anyway, I see this here in the news as well, and before we get to that, I want to remind you that this is being brought to you by Main Event Boxing. Check them out at 2575 28th Avenue North in St. Pete. Go there. Talk to my guys, and that's one of my crutch words. I keep saying my guys. Check out my friends, James and Joshua, that helped me beat Jake Herron from the Crowded Takeover in the Mike Calta Punch-Out. Call them at 727-564-3948. That's 727-564-3948. Go to Main Event Boxing. Tell them I sent you, and they will hook you up with a deal. It's very flattering to hear that listeners of Happy Hour have been going there and telling them that I sent them. It boosts my ego, I tell you. My little fragile ego that I have. All right. I saw this in the news, and I didn't think this was surprising at all. James Harden says that he is playing the best basketball of his life because he is no longer with Khloe Kardashian. And I get if you're a famous athlete, you want to be Eskimo brothers with basically any professional athlete by banging a Kardashian. I get that it's a cool thing to have sex with the Kardashians. I get they have wonderful vaginas and big asses. But also, the fact that it hurts your playing career. I mean, you look at all the playing careers they have hurt, it hasn't been positive. I mean, look at what happened to Chris Humphries. He was actually a viable player for the Nets. Reggie Bush was a viable player for the Saints. You look at everybody that has ever dated the Kardashians, and nothing good comes out of it. You never say, oh, wow, I found my true love because of the Kardashians. I found the girl that I want to marry because of the Kardashians. No. It's just a hit and quit it, and it ends up hurting their playing time. It says here that they have even dated Odell Beckham, who had a pretty good year but was sidetracked. They've also dated The Game. They've dated Matt Kemp, French Montana. Wow, I mean, Kim Kardashian and them, they just go through Guy and Khloe and Kourtney and all of them. Guy after guy after guy after guy. What a life. And hey, I'm sitting here in a ghetto apartment in St. Petersburg while they're making money. Good for them. I used to be a hater of the Kardashians, but man, you gotta appreciate the fact that they have no redeeming talent, no redeeming morals. They bring nothing to this society, but they're rich and famous. You gotta love it. You gotta respect the clan that Kris Kardashian has built. It says here, and this is from Bro Bible, James Harden and the Houston Rockets have emerged as title contenders. I guess, but you know they're not going to win. I know they're in contention. I know they have a chance. Anyway, despite having a bad last year, he says that his success has been because he got rid of the Kardashians. I'm not worried about anything but hooping, he said. And that's why I'm having this type of success. It just sidetracked me. The process of untangling a crowded life about a year ago, where we broke up, was the best thing that ever happened to me. I didn't like all the attention. I felt like it was for no reason. I'd be outside on my cell phone and I'd have 9 cameras around me. I wasn't getting anything out of it, except my name was out there, and I didn't need that. I wasn't comfortable. It's not me. I'm not someone like that. I don't need pictures of myself when I'm walking to my car. Who cares? I just tied my shoes. Who cares? What am I eating? Who cares? I just had to get rid of it. It was affecting my play. Anybody that dates the Kardashians, I feel like they're just going in there to have that off their bucket list if you're a famous athlete. I'm now an Eskimo brother of Odell Beckham and Lamar Odom. All the players they have affected. Because you know going in that they're not going to change. Insanity is the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And that's the same thing that goes with the Kardashians. Oh, I'm going to be the guy that'll change Khloe. I'm going to be the guy that'll change Kim. It never happens. But as you can tell, Kim and Kanye West have a very good marriage going on. As you can tell, I had sarcasm written all over that. All right, tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe. I see that Fred from 103.5 KISS FM in Chicago, host of the top-rated Fred and Angie Morning Show, is tuned in. What's up, dude? Keep up the good work. I love listening to the podcast. He is one of the good dudes in radio. In a business that's full of egos, it's refreshing to see a good guy do well in the third biggest city. What does it say here? Andrew, quit lying. Oh, come on. Andrew chimed in from Seattle. He moved down here. Quit lying. You can't tie your own shoes. It is up for debate, you know. Because of my bad back, I can't even reach down there. I see this in the headlines, and I will read this, and then I will end Hoppe Hour. Chris Brown, it says here, quit all the drug talk. Quit talking about me being a drug addict. You're just trying to take me down. Chris Brown is a weird case because he could have been the next big thing in music. Between 2005 and 2009, He had every song going for him. But then he beat up Rihanna. And then we forgave him. And he had more hits in top 40 land. But then he began getting into fights in nightclubs. And he threw a chair through the window at Good Morning America onto a busy NYC block. He just had all these issues. And then he had the issue where his house was about to be raided by the cops. And it's just like, I do believe that Chris Brown doesn't do everything that he is accused of. I think he has his hand in everything, no pun intended. I do think he's involved in a lot of it. But I also believe the fact that he puts himself in these situations by putting himself around the wrong characters, so you never know when he's being legit or when he's being a scumbag, and that's what happens. Because there's rumors that claim that he has been doing a heavy amount of coke, Xanax, and lean, and ecstasy. Why even try and defend it, Chris? We know it's probably true. Maybe you're not doing it right now, but with everything that has happened in the last 12 years, you have been in the limelight. Of course, you've tried to drug every singer, every person that is a famous public figure does. So, there is a lot of issues with him and his ex, Karichin Tran, as she is trying to get an order against him. Anyway, I find it incredibly sad when these famous singers can't make it work, and these famous athletes, and these famous actors, anybody. I would love to have your net worth. I would love to have your house and your car and your vacations. You have everything going for you. Who cares if you have to wait in line if you're that player I was talking about before? His name doesn't come to me. And frankly, his name won't come to many minds because the fact that he's already having issues at hospitals, claiming that he has to wait in line, he's not going to have a long time in the NFL. When you can't even make it work at that young of an age, or you're Chris Brown and you can't make it work with that much money, it's like, what are you doing? Figure it out. I know you're sad. I know you're going to be upset to hear that happy hour is about to end, but just like everything in life, it comes to an end. Happy hour may be over with, but that doesn't mean you can't check out my great sponsors that help make this podcast possible. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here in my apartment making things happen. First of all, I want you to check out my guy Nicholas Seymour over at Sully's Graphics in Duluth, Minnesota, and it's not hard. tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. That's tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. For just $2, you can support this award-winning podcast and small business in America. And if you have any design you want for your company made, Nicholas Seymour is the guy to go to. Also, it's been brought to you by Main Event Boxing. Check them out at 2575 28th Avenue North in St. Pete and call them at 727-564-3948. That's 727-564-3948. Go there and tell them that I sent you, Joshua and James, and they will hook you up. They are the reason I beat Jake Herron of the Crowded Table in the Mike Health to Punch Out back in November. This has also been brought to you by the Tampa Image Factory. Go to tampaimagefactory.com and call Joe Sale, the best photographer in this Bay Area, at 813-417-2626. That's 813-417-2626. He's the guy that made me those press shots back in June of last year. If you need to have press shots taken for your company or for your wedding, or your media side project you're doing, anything, or you just want pictures taken because you're a hot girl and you want to be a model for a day, check out Joe Sale. TampaImageFactory.com and 813-417-2626. Happy Hour has also been brought to you by Anchorhead Multimedia. Joe Olliger of the promotions team at 1025 The Bone, a.k.a. Joey Flash, has his own company. He can help you out with any multimedia needs. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this podcast set up right now at my apartment. So like him on Facebook at Anchorhead Multimedia. Also, check out the Cell Solution in South Pasadena at 6800 Gulfport Boulevard South, Suite 107, next to the Walmart. If you go there and talk to Tony Spinney and Ryan in the tech department, they will hook you up with great deals on Metro PCS and smartphones. You can get whatever you want by going to 6800 Gulfport Boulevard South next to the Walmart. Get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio, Ryan Hoppe Radio on Instagram, on Twitter, at gmail.com is my email, and RyanHoppeRadio.com. And Snapchat won't let me change my name, so it's Hoppe Radio. I would prefer it would be Ryan Hoppe Radio, so everything would be the same, but it's a first world problem. This has been Hoppe Hour. I appreciate you listening, and spread the word.